Hey, Rage in the Cage fans, this is Kimber Schaefer with Rage in the Cage 85 News. It's going down Saturday, December 4th at the Oklahoma City Farmers Public Market. I've got no stranger to Rage in the Cage. This is William Hawthorn. You, I want to say you made your debut for Rage in the Cage, but you didn't. Just about a week before your Rage in the Cage fight, you debuted, and that was what, about 6 months ago?
Yes, that was about 6 months ago.
Oh, wow. And in 6 months, you've already got 3 fights under your belt.
Yes.
You are just, you know, I mean, this is no secret. You are above the age of 40. So you're just like, I got to get this done, right?
Yep, I'm late to the party. Got a lot of catching up to do. So it's definitely a different experience. Being 40, starting, when you're 40, most of these guys have been doing it since they've been 15. They've got, years on me already. So I'm just kind of trying to shorten the distance on the curve and try to put on a good show and do the best I can.
So you literally didn't even start training until you were in your 40s, is that right?
Correct, yep.
Okay, so it's not like you have been training, and finally like, I'm gonna get in the cage. You had literally started training in your 40s, which is an amazing accomplishment, really, that you decided this is something I wanna do, and it's never too late, because a lot of us, myself included, and things that I thought that I wanted to do my entire life, I get it in my head that, okay, well, that time has passed. And so I'm, kudos to you for making that dream come true for yourself. So talking about the cage, has this gone the way that you perceived it was going to go? What's some good learning lessons you've learned in your 3 fights?
I mean, being 0-3, it obviously hasn't gone the way I've, projected it to.
I almost didn't want to mention that because I know
okay.
that that's hard.
It's out there, yeah. I mean, there's no experience like actually doing it. I mean, you can try to simulate it all you want, but nothing actually gets you out there. And when that cage shuts, I mean, it's a different world. Nothing matters, and just kind of
everything goes silent.
Everything
is what
goes
I hear.
silent. Yep, everything goes silent, and it's just you and him, and you just try to put on a good show. So
the good news here is your opponent also. He's got 2 fights in the cage, both of those losses for him. And the thing about that is, people that are not familiar with mixed martial arts, is you see a loss next to somebody's name, it's like you don't understand what it takes to step in the cage in the first place, and then the caliber of training that somebody, even though they are a debut, for example, they could have 10 or more years of intensive MMA training under their belts already at that age when they step in as a debut. So, which is sometimes the case. And so sometimes people start out in their MMA career with some losses until they get that training and kind of get their mind wrapped around it. So he's got 2 losses, you've got 3. One of you are going to come out with your first win here. Do you have a game plan going in to make sure that that's you?
There's not a lot of video on him, so I'm just I've been, Zevin Hunt and Lamont Stafford been working with me over the last month, getting me really comfortable with getting hit really hard. So we're going to go with that game plan now, and hopefully that works out.
If you've been training with Lamont, we already know that he's a big hitter.
Yeah, he is a big hitter. He doesn't understand the word of calm down sometimes, so I'm surprised I made it out of last week without any black eyes or anything. So. But yeah, he's got some bricks for hands, and he's got that reach too. So there's really no getting away from him. He'll chase you around anywhere.
For sure. He's obviously from Hobart. You're from Hobart, so I'm assuming that's where you guys met.
Yep. And he's the one that got me interested in it and kind of got me started. So
that's exactly what I was going to ask. Did you come and see him fight, and that's kind of what made you?
Yeah. I've kind of followed his career, over the last 10 years. It's pretty interesting watching him because he's not a traditional fighter. He's more of a brawler, and if you're going to learn from somebody, you always learn from the best. That's why I went to train with Zevin. I mean, Zevin's a great striker. His jiu-jitsu is pretty great. So I mean, I think he's got his first pro fight in January. So we've been really pushing each other and getting back to it.
Wow, that's so awesome. And you're mentioning a lot of fighters there, of course, that have spent their career here fighting for Rage in the Cage, so I'm very familiar with both of those guys, Zevin and Lamont. So what is your long-term goal at this point? You've got the 3 fights under your belt. Have you kind of determined, are you just going to keep going until your body says, okay, I'm done?
That's about every morning. That's about the conversation I have with myself. It's because, Zevin and Lamont, they're still at that age where, we do a big workout in the morning and they're like, well, let's go to American Elite in the afternoon. I'm like, guys, listen, I'm 40, my body ain't gonna do that today. I was like, I'll go run or something, but I ain't got 2 in me every day. So, but yeah, I mean, I always say next one's gonna be my last, but it seems like, I just keep getting, it feels like I keep getting better and better, and it's only a loss if you don't learn from it. So I feel like I've, learned a lot over the last 3 losses, and I've definitely, my skills gotten a lot better. So I think I'll just keep going until my body says I can't.
And to fight after the age of 40, I mean, you have to jump through some
Yes,
hoops.
especially in Oklahoma. Yeah, you have to do a battery of tests. You have to have an MRI, a cardiac echo and stress test, an eye test, and I think there's something else that you have to go through. So it's kind of expensive too to fight after the age of 40. So I don't know if this will be my last Oklahoma fight yet, because other states don't have all these different rules yet. So I'm sure it'll eventually catch up. But I know Kansas, they just pre-fight physical, Arkansas pre-fight physical. So
interesting. I didn't realize that other states didn't do the same.
Yeah.
So any shout outs, any last words, anything I didn't ask you that you want to mention?
No, I think that's it. Big shout out to New Limits, JD, Zevin, Lamont for helping me get ready for this fight, and hope we all have fun, and that's the main goal. Have fun, put on a good show, and everybody stays healthy.
Well, I'm just impressed. New Limits always has like some sort of gimmick with their interviews. So anytime I interview Zevin, I know to be prepared for about anything. I mean, one of these days he may just show up in straight underwear. I don't know. I mean, you just never know with them. So thank you so much for being here. You guys, do not miss out. Rage in the Cage 85 going down Saturday, December 4th at the Oklahoma City Farmers Public Market. You can get tickets from this guy right here, William Hawthorn. Any other fighter on the card, of course, log on to stubwire.com, get your ticket today. I'm fairly sure these are going to sell out pretty quickly, especially premium and the table, the VIP seats. So make sure you secure your ticket quickly, and we will see you there. We're going to rage it up.